Good morning. We are going to head over here to pick up a new hull that a viewer has said we could use as our next project boat. There it is.
Also found the original control cable.
Oh, nice.
Came with it.
Yeah, okay.
So I thought that might be handy.
It is for the, just for knowing the right lengths and everything too. I've got one couple of stubs in that direction.
Yeah.
So what did you say this was again?
It was a old English canal style boat. Apparently it was imported from England.
Yeah, right. The first job was to scrape all the old Sikaflex off the transom so we could start cleaning it up properly. Going to use some sugar soap to clean the hull. Apparently not very common outside Commonwealth countries, but you can look it up. The sugar soap didn't get all the stains off, it got the bulk off, but down the track I may actually get an electric polisher onto it, something like that, and try and clean it up even more. I'm going to do this side now. I'm not going to do under the chine because I'm going to get Rob to pressure wash that with his 3-phase blaster and then anti-foul, so just do the sides. Oh, and apparently these badges got stolen not that long ago actually, so if anyone knows where I can buy the badges or reproduction, whatever, let me know. Be nice to replace them. We're getting there. I'm going to get some dowel and some epoxy. Looks like there was a kicker motor here, maybe a bracket here, probably one of these now I look at it, over there, so I'll add that to the list. Actually, there's a few things I've got to get. This here, I don't know what you call those, is missing, along with a length of the sponson rubber. Looks like that's actually been ground down. I don't think that's the natural shape of it. But we're also missing one of these. So I think one of these for here, one of these for here, and all the Savage badges. So Savage on either side, Avalon up on the bow, which is obviously what the hull is, and Savage on that side as well. So I'll keep going down this side. Look, it's looking better. It's still stained, but the bulk of it, you know, the sort of mossy green is off. It's down to here now. I did, while I'm here though, notice a problem with Adrian's truck. His engine's missing. Alright, let's cut a few bits of dowel and plug up all the old holes in the transom. Gonna soak these dowels in epoxy and push them in. Now I'm just going to thicken up the residual with some filler powder and we'll fair it off. Scrape the bulk of this Sikaflex off, and then we'll go and put this on the wire wheel, clean it up a bit I think. Once the transom board was screwed back on with fresh Sikaflex, Adrian went and got the forklift to give me a hand mounting the new outboard on. These 25 two-strokes aren't particularly heavy, but we're old and I'm a big believer in work less, not smarter.
Alright, set it down.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a long story, but it turned out that the outboard and all the controls we had different numbers of pins on the plugs. So I ended up just cutting them off and soldering the wires directly. There isn't any adapter available apparently. So you could actually see the tip of it before. So you can probably give it a few winds, I reckon about
there. They put it in neutral again.
Yep.
And we'll double check it.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could just twist it to adjust it, like you were sort of...
I thought it was a left and right thread.
No, which is what the Suzuki thing does.
That's it there.
Yeah. So that's the maximum we can get, really, isn't it?
Yeah. There we go. Ooh, right. Now give it a verbal.
The ticking noise you can hear there is the dog clutch touching as it's just trying to engage forward gear, even though the controls are in neutral. So we've still got some work to do there.
This is like really close. Oh, hello! Look what we found! Hello! Who's this fella?
After getting my GoPro back off Adrian, I headed back down to the river and launched the boat. The sun has come out, so we're going to head down to the boat and I'm going to give you a rundown of all the things I didn't get to film because, well, because of reasons. It was a very busy time, but let's show you all the things we did. Okay, what have we got? So, stem to stern, took the broken windscreen off. I still think it'd be quite nice to do something really low, maybe even something frameless, just to sort of finish it off, a little bit of eyeliner, so to speak. Still want to get this old compass undone, just need some tools. Put some LED nav lights on, some side lights, and a new switch panel. This is a panel that came with the outboard, which I got from a viewer. It's a 25 Yamaha, same as the one on the old boat, only long shaft and key start. I've taken the key out from here because I didn't actually have the key and just put a momentary push button to start it, and then I've done a series of sort of kill switches, which I won't go through in detail for obvious reasons. Then we got the usual nav lights, etc. up on the dash bilge pump. Used this control. I originally put a 703 I had in, but there are a few issues. One is this is push for throttle, the 703 is pull for throttle. I've got a video on changing that, but this is also a completely different internal, so I couldn't swap the parts over. So we're running with this. This outboard, like the old one, struggles to go into reverse for some reason. Adrian and I adjusted the gear selector cable at both ends and the rod going down to the gearbox to the maximum. Still doesn't work that well. So I'm thinking it's something internally to do with this control or the interaction between the two. We'll figure that out. Adrian connected this up, just some spacers, and the plate had the original pulley system. It actually feels really nice. A lot of the people who do race boats actually swear by this steering for its directness. I also put a LED stern light just on top of the cowling, which is my want. Done that for many years now because when you put the poles, they always break off. Now, I'll show you in the legislation here, this is actually legal in this area because this is considered a commuter zone. Normally you would be required to have a masthead light and a stern light, or an all-round white light, because the boat's under 12 meters. But here specifically we can just have a stern light, and this way it never gets broken. People don't grab it, it doesn't knock against a pole and snap. Once you tilt the outboard up, the light's sort of in here, really protected. So I've always had a lot of luck doing this, but you can't do that everywhere. All right, now this is a funny one of those classic glass. So, ooh, fuel tank's feeling nice and light. Should probably get some fuel, shouldn't I? Still got to fix this up properly. I put this little bung in here because you end up with a sort of a bilge space under the floor here. This will fill with water, and so will here. So I've just let the water go to the lowest point, then this bilge pump throws it overboard, and that's been working really well. So happy about that. Other than that, oh, Kyle, who gave me this hull, found the missing bit of rubbing strip from here, so we will install that. Then I still need to get the little caps here and some of the missing badges and whatever. Other than that, I think you're now pretty much fully caught up with everything we've done to this boat. So I'm pretty happy with it, gotta say. Oh yes, fuel filter, really important. The other little tinny doesn't have one, and it's a nightmare. You always get water and fuel around here because the boats live on the water. The fuel you buy on the water sometimes has a little bit of water in it. You know, you get a tiny leak in one of the hoses. Need to put that one up there, don't we? Do that when we go to Renko. But huge value from these water separating fuel filters. I think they're a bit of a must in a boat, to be honest with you. So I think that is everything that I've done so far on the Green Unicorn. Goes all right. Well, thanks for watching. I'm pretty happy with this setup. You know, it's a nice little boat. It's nothing, you know, it's not going to set the world alight, but 25 horsepower, stable, fiberglass hull, pretty good just for getting from the island back to the mainland. All right, well, take care, and I'll catch you soon when we head back out to Renko. See ya.